we have the gorgeous Miss Kat Coot DeVille. Miss Kat looking gorgeous in her, I think it's vintage, looks vintage. It's just stunning. I love the fur and how it matches the actual hand mask that she has and the beautiful hat. Just beautiful. The accents on vintage clothing and the gorgeous wiggle dresses that they had there. Very much a Marilyn Monroe gorgeous curves. Now, Miss Kat, that was just beautiful. Just wondering if you can tell me who inspires you, and from what I remember, it's another blonde bombshell.
Well, firstly, all these beautiful ladies over here inspire me. They did absolutely amazing today, and they're all gorgeous. And secondly, I love Jane Mansfield. She's an absolute blonde bombshell, and she's a reminder that blondes have more fun.
Cool, and certainly they rock wiggle dresses.
Absolutely beautiful wiggle dresses. Nothing like showing a few curves.
Most definitely. Thank you, Miss Kat. Miss Crystal Bell. Miss Crystal's looking gorgeous in a Lindy Bott vintage inspired dress, which is just beautiful, and her shoes that actually picked up the colour of the flowers in her dress, and a beautiful vintage fur. I must say I love a beautiful vintage fur. I have a few of my own. No furs that are current furs, vintage ones. Looking gorgeous. Thank you, Miss Crystal. Would you be able to tell me who inspires you, please?
My biggest inspiration in the pin-up world would have to be Marilyn Monroe. I know it's cliche, but I had a very strong interest from her growing up, and growing up on a farm, I kind of hid it. My collection grew, and the more I got into the pin-up world, the more she comes through in my outfits. I love her style, her class, but definitely her cheekiness is my favourite part.
Yes, Miss Marilyn would be one of my inspirations as well, and I think, like myself, you actually have had an opportunity to dress as Miss Marilyn, and I certainly dress as Miss Marilyn sometimes as well.
This year at Parks, I got the chance to be Marilyn Monroe in the parade, and it was the best thing ever.
She's a very misunderstood pin-up, Miss Marilyn.
Yes, she is. Some people sort of have a negative look on her, but underneath she was a real, true, lovely lady.
Thank you, Miss Crystal. Our next pin-up, beautiful pin-up, is Miss Lulu Laboon. Looking gorgeous in this vintage dress. I love how the pattern's been arranged in the dress. The way vintage dresses were cut was just amazing, and they pick up so much of the actual material, like the pattern of the material or the cut. Just beautiful, and a beautiful lace parasol. And I think a vintage hat Miss Lulu's wearing also. Beautiful. And the flowers in her hair actually match her dress, which is lovely. Thank you, Miss Lulu. Beautiful. Now, can you tell me who inspires you, please, Miss Lulu?
I'm inspired by every single pin-up I meet, I read about, I watch on the screen. Every girl I meet, I feel I take a little something from them every time, and I continue to grow. Most of all though, it would have to be my grandmother. She was renowned for being an extremely snappy dresser in her day. She's sadly no longer with us, but I'd like to think I'm doing her proud, even if it means wearing my hair rollers to work to get that fabulous curl. Yeah.
No, that's beautiful. And I'm sure she would be proud of you. I think, that she'd think you'd grown into a beautiful lady.
Yeah, I must admit, I've looked at a lot of her old photos and I've had some serious dress envy, but unfortunately she didn't leave those dresses behind, so I continue to source my own, and when my mum tells me I resemble my grandmother, that to me is I'm doing well.
Yes, I think there was a photo back in Retrofest last year where you had that beautiful lilac dress on, and I think that was a comment that your mum made then.
Yeah, it actually moved my mum to tears because I resembled my grandmother so much. She was an extremely beautiful woman in her day, so that to me is the biggest compliment.
No, I think that that's something to do with pin-up also. I think when we wear vintage clothing, we're actually collecting some of the energy of the beautiful person that wore it before us, and that's very special.
And I do love my traditional vintage because I love the fact that there is stories behind it. And I like to think about where those stories were, who wore these once, and I continue to treasure them. And I'm sure whoever used to wear them would be very appreciative because I do take very good care of my vintage.
Thank you, Miss Lulu, that's beautiful. Miss Curvy Blue Eyes. Miss Curvy is looking gorgeous in, I think it's a lady vintage dress with a beautiful pillbox hat and lace gloves. Miss Curvy's doing very well for her first pin-up comp. Looking gorgeous. I love that choker. It's gorgeous. Beautiful. Lovely. Now, Miss Curvy, can you tell me who inspires you?
Well, I would not be here today if it wasn't for Miss Lulu. She got me into this whole deal, and I'm quite glad she did. I've only been doing this for a couple of months, and I love it. Yes, you, my love. Thank you so much.
That's gorgeous. Yeah, and it's amazing how just being involved in pin-up, how you can inspire people and just give them that direction and help and self-confidence, which is more what pin-up's about. It's not necessarily always the nice clothes and the pretty hair. It's about actually getting out there and having some confidence and having the support of the sisterhood behind you.
That's it. It makes sleeping in curls at night time never so worth it.
Very good. Thank you, Miss Kirby. Beautiful. Now, Miss Jaslyn Rose. Miss Jaslyn looking gorgeous in a vintage fur, I think, and also she's carrying a beautiful glow mesh bag and a hat. I love her hat, it's so sweet, so cute. Just beautiful, and her dress. Gorgeous, and you're doing so well for your first pin-up comp as well. Doing very well. Now, can you tell me who inspires you, please, Miss Jaslyn?
Well, really, since I'm so young, I'm still so new to the whole pin-up area. And pretty much everyone at the moment inspires me as I'm just getting into it and looking at everyone and getting little bits of advice and things from them. And I love, the thing that inspires me the most is everyone being so confident and comfortable in their own body, which I think is such an important thing for women, as it's such a big part of you to be confident in your body, no matter what size, shape or anything, no matter who you are. And I just love that it embraces you, and every different dress suits particular people, and everything just, yeah.
Yes, no, and certainly that's what pin-up's about. You know, we embrace everybody, no matter what size, how old. See, I started my pin-up career when I was 48, so, you know, there's hope for everyone. And, yeah, and I think that that's what's important about the pin-up community, that there's a place for everyone in it, and depending on what style you do as well, because as I said before, we have rockabilly, vintage, psychobilly, and now geekabilly, which I think does a bit of cosplay type stuff as well.
That's awesome, and that's what I love about it. It suits everyone, and no matter who you are, you fit in. And I love that everyone's so inclusive. Like here today, everyone's just helping everyone out, and just being really supportive of each other, which I'm loving as well. It's very good.
Yeah. Cool, thank you so much, Miss Jaslyn. Miss Belvedere, I'll get it right in a minute. Looking gorgeous in her purple. Even the little flower on her hat even matches her purple outfit. And Miss Bell is also doing her first pin-up comp and doing very well at it as also. She's very nervous, but she's doing very well. I still get nervous, especially if I'm out there posing. I think I'm more confident standing here with the microphone. Now, can you tell me who inspires you, Miss Bell?
There's a few. Firstly, Rosie the Riveter, who was a woman in the 50s who worked in the factories when the husbands went to war. They looked stunning at night and then just proved that women can do anything. And also, it doesn't matter what you look like, what size, shape, you can do it. And also, Audrey Hepburn, she's a beautiful woman, and also after she was a movie star, her humanitarian work.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And yes, many things that were inspired in our pin-up world today actually came from those women that were in the factories. Even the snood that I'm wearing today, they actually used to wear those in the factories and have their flowers in their hair to sort of make their dungarees and their jeans look a bit better by having something nice in their hair.
That's true, yes.
Thank you, Miss Bell. Next up is Miss Studebaker Hawke. Looking gorgeous in this beautiful vintage dress and vintage hat box. And I think vintage fur and hat also, just stunning. Oh, and shoes, whole outfit. Gorgeous. Yes, I was admiring Miss Studebaker's dress in the dressing room. It's just stunning. Looks like it's made out of silk or something. Just beautiful. Love the polka dots. And all the different sizes of polka dots. It's just beautiful. And the hat boxes are actually like an accessory back then, which is lovely. Instead of just like a piece of luggage. I was hearing that car revving up and I'm thinking, that's not part of that song. Thank you, that's just divine. Is it silk, Miss Studebaker?
Sure, I think it is silk. You hand wash it and it was fine.
Is that kind of a bit of a trick that you're not supposed to hand wash silk?
Well, I'm not sure. I hand wash just about everything. I've gotten away with it because all of the clothes I wear out are vintage. They're all from the 50s, from the 40s. My grandmother was a seamstress. She was a dress designer and that was her profession. And when I was 12 years old, I got her whole collection of clothes that I still have today. I do wear them sometimes. This is not one of those, but I have an extensive 1940s and 1950s collection.
Wow, that sounds stunning. That sounds unbelievable. And it must be nice to be able to wear something from your family history as well.
Oh, it is. It's just wonderful. It's beautiful. Every time I wear one, I just think of her. She was just an inspiration to me.
No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So is she your lady that inspires you in the pin-up world?
Well, she was kind of the first person when everyone else was, running around the streets. I was dressing up in vintage and I was, the hats, into the clothes, the bags, anything I could get my hands on, and I started then. But since then, I love the sirens of the silver screen, and I love Rita Hayworth. She was just amazing, so much class. Also, my inspiration is the French fashion designers of the 40s and the 50s. I think they're just amazing, and I like to fashion some of my outfits that way as well.
And this is like a Christian Dior style new look outfit, isn't it?
Well, I was going for that. I can't afford Christian Dior, so I try to copy the look sometimes.
Yes, and it was amazing how that just changed the whole silhouette from the straight lines of the 40s pretty much, because lacking material during the 40s, and then moving into the late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah, that's right. And it was pretty outrageous at the time because they just come through wartime. And some of the outfits that were being worn in the new look were quite out there. Some people weren't quite sure about how to take them, but they became the fashion and a worldwide trend then.
Yes, most definitely. That's really beautiful. Thank you. Our next beautiful pin-up is Miss Yuji Ann. Miss Yuji's looking gorgeous in a vintage dress. And I'd say vintage hat and even vintage parasol, I would say. Just beautiful. I love the lines on this dress and how the bow just fits in with the waistline. It's just stunning. It's just beautiful. As I say, the workmanship that went into the dresses back then, and like I do designing, this is actually one of my designs, and I'm hoping that my clothes actually become the vintage of the future. Thank you, Miss Yuji. Now, can you tell me who is your inspiration?
Probably be Lucille Ball. She's courageous, talented, funny, way ahead of her time. I don't have orange hair, but she used to dye her hair to be different from all the other Hollywood stars from that time. So, yeah, she's just amazing.
Yes, she was, and she actually showed a lot of people when her and Ricky split up that she could actually run the movie studio as well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Women can do anything. You know, you don't need a man beside you. Absolutely not.
Yes, most definitely. And she's like a lot of the comedians of that time that, you know, they always played sort of silly women, but they actually weren't.
So she was very smart, and yeah, even though she played the cheeky, you know, role, but you know, she was.
And very crafty, because I remember the pickle she got Ricky into a few times. Thank you, Miss Yuji. That's beautiful. Our next beautiful pin-up is Miss Lola May. Beautiful. What a gorgeous dress. I love how the pattern of the dress is actually been cut so it's along the bottom with the beautiful pleats in it, the box pleats. Miss Lola actually has green seam What Katie Did stockings on today, which is very cool and nice, matching her outfit. And I could get in a plug there and say I sell those, and the blue ones. That's beautiful. And can you tell me, Miss Lola, who inspires you?
I think the list is pretty endless, but I'll try to keep it short. I'm inspired by many beautiful women, one of them being Tees. I think she's just the absolute embodiment of glamour. I'm also inspired by Cherry Dollface, because without her I wouldn't have the vintage hair and makeup skills that I'm very pleased to use on a daily basis almost. And I'm also inspired by Miss Arissa Rose, and she runs a blog called Curve Creations Closet, and I think she's just so brave for posting her gone blank. Yeah, so lingerie photos where she's shaping garments, and I think she's really brave for doing that and posting them online, and I think she does cop a little bit of flack for it from some not so nice people, but I think most of her feedback is pretty positive, and she's sort of inspired me to be more at ease with my curvy figure, because, you know, I think until finding pinup I wasn't very comfortable with it, but I think it just goes. It all goes.
Yes, the lady that writes the Curvy Creations, yeah, she's does a bit of work with What Katie Did also, and she shows how she actually creates and accentuates the curves by using corsets and girdles and all of that stuff, all those foundation garments from the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to meet her recently, and she was sort of everything that I thought that she would be. She was lovely.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Our next beautiful pin-up is Miss T. Jane. Miss T. Jane looking gorgeous. It looks like an Aztec style dress she's got on the pattern there, which is quite different. Oh, combinations of lots of different things there, and I love the green tinge in her hair and the beautiful roses that she has. It's really gorgeous. Oh, it's got combinations of different things on it, hasn't it? It's got, oh, well, we won't go into that bit. It's got skulls and Mary, is it, as well? I think lots of kind of, yeah, exactly. different combinations. Now, can you tell me, Miss T-Jane, who inspires you in the pin-up world?
Well, I was going to say everyone, but everyone said everyone. So, I'm going to say I inspire myself. Why? Because you have to be better than yourself. You look at yourself one day, you're like, be better than yourself the next time, because it's about being better in yourself, being the best you can be. So just inspire yourself, girls. Get amongst it.
And that's right, isn't it? It's a pin-up journey. You're kind of learning new things, not only about dressing this style, but about yourself as you go along, and as it gives you the strength to do new things in your life as well.
Yeah, and it's about stepping outside your comfort zone. Like, one time you might wear one outfit and you're like, oh, I think I can pull this one off, when you see someone else in it, and you go ahead and give it a try, because you're never going to know unless you try what you do.
And I can remember that we went to Chrome Fest once, and 3 of us girls were actually in the same dress. But because we actually tweaked it differently and wore different colours, and that's what I think pin-up is about, it's the accessorising. And so you can make the same dress look different with your little twist.
Yeah, you just be yourself in that dress. So 3 people could wear the same dress, but if one person might have tattoos, one might not, and one might just be really nervous in another, but one might confidence it, you know. And it's about just being yourself in the pin-up world, really.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Miss T-Jane. And our final beautiful pin-up is Miss Elvina Ann, out of her tyre-changing outfit now into her beautiful sailor outfit. Looks gorgeous. Is that vintage, Miss Elvina? Ah, beautiful. Gorgeous. Works very well. And a beautiful guy mesh handbag. Oh, we've run out of music, obviously. Sorry about that, everyone. I can't sing very well, so I'm not going to start. It's beautiful. I love the anchor on the front of it as the accentuation there. It's beautiful. Just stunning. Now you've been able to have a bit of a breath from the last rush in the last time. Gorgeous. I love those pearls. Thank you, Miss Elvina. Just wondering if you can tell me who inspires you, please.
Well, like the previous girls have all said, we are a pin-up family and we all do inspire each other. We're always there to help each other and lift each other up whenever someone needs it. So a lot of the inspiration comes from each and every single one of us and everything that we put into pin-up and what each individual believes pin-up is. I have a lot of inspirations outside of pin-up, my mum especially. My grandma started my love for vintage, and of course Audrey Hepburn. She's was a very compassionate lady, and you know, had a real genuine care for people. And I think that's what pin-up is about as well. It shows in everything we do that that's what we're about. We're about the family, caring and helping each other. And as the girls have already said, it doesn't matter what size, who we are, where we come from, we're all accepted.
Yes, most definitely, and that's what I've found since I've been in the pin-up world, that everybody supports each other, and that's all very important because, you know, previously, you know, we've all been involved in those girl groups that aren't quite as supportive as they might be.
That's right, there can be quite some dramas and dilemmas and sometimes, but you know, fortunately we don't really have that in pin-up, so it is great to see. And as already been mentioned, you got to challenge yourself and you got to be yourself to find yourself as well.
Yeah, no, that's most definitely it. So thank you so much, Miss Elvina Ann. And I'll get